Okay, class. So question says produce a report which contains you need to read it right from here, which says you need to make labels. So labels means this is a special type of report which is not a report basically, but you need to run the labels wizard for it, right? So it is very important for you to read this line before you start step 34, because the step 34 traditionally starts with the same format like it has been done in the previous one. Here you can see that here it says in step 31 it says produce a report, and in this instruction there is no such word which is basically asking you to make a label or a report, but this is just a simple traditional way of making report. But step 34, before step 34 you need to read this italics lines carefully, because it says you need to make labels. So this is not a special, this is a special report, so I'm starting with that. The procedure remains same. The first thing, you need to categorically identify that which steps will be done on query and which steps will be done on report. So I'm highlighting only those sub steps which can be done on query things, right? Fits on one page, includes this, and shows only the fields. It can be done on report, it can be done on formatting query as well. Right, so rest of the things should be done on label wizard, right? So I'm starting with it. I have already imported the data. So the first thing is to create the label. To create the query. Go to the query wizard, pick the first option, and now just continue with that. It is saying that excluding the ID field, include everything. Then go to next, and just finish. Now right click and go to the design view, and from here you need to decide what you need to do and what you are not supposed to do. So the first step says in the step 34 you need to make a field retail price, which is basically calculated at runtime, and it is basically the cost price plus 20% of the cost price, right? So first you make cost underscore price, retail price colon, inside the bracket cost price. So you need to increase the width of this field, cost underscore price plus cost underscore price, close the bracket, multiply by 20% means 0.2, right? 0.2 means, or otherwise you can run the calculator utility anytime and you calculate 20 divided by 100, 0.2, so it's done. This is the 0.2. So please make it sure that these percentage or these numbers will be written without square brackets, right? You need to use the traditional multiplication sign, which is asterisk. All the field names are bounded by the square brackets, and before colon is the field which will be created at the runtime when you run the query or when you run the label or report wizard. So this field retail price should end up with a colon. कोलन से पहले जो कुछ लिखा है वो that is a name of the field. और ये सारी चीजें मैं आपको पिछली क्लास में बता चुका हूँ. Enable it because you want to show this. Now get back to the second sub step. Shows only wireless or dual. Where is the gaming field? Shows only wireless or dual connected. Okay, so just you run the query and just try to find it out that what it's being asking. It's being asking you to find out only wireless or dual connected. Wireless or dual means connection. So go to the view and here. So you write down wireless or dual, DUAL, and press tab key and run it, and you can find the results wireless or dual, right? So these are 33 numbers. Get back to the design view again. Shows only the fields make, model, connections, right? Rest of the fields should be unchecked. Make, model, connection. So uncheck feature, connection, retail price, and notes. So we don't need it, we need it. Retail price, we don't need it. And you just scrolling on. Reorder, we don't need it, but we need the retail. cost price and notes. So you can just grab it and drag it here, so it'll make the order. Have you seen that? You need to display your report, label report or query in the order which is being asked by the examiner. This is to make it make, model, connection, retail price and notes. So you can just select the field like in Excel, you grab the left mouse key button and you drag it and grab it anywhere you want. So that is the changes you need to make it. Run the query. Right, so this is done. There are 33 records, no problem. Now you need to just close it, but when you close it, it'll ask you to save. So this is it. Now this step is 34. Press function key F2 and rename it is step 32 or underscore query. So they'll make it sure that this is a step 32 and the query is related to this step. Is it done? Okay, so right, now we need to start the label thing. Now from here onwards you need to be more careful in attempting the paper. To create label wizard, you need to look for it. Where is the label wizard? Oh, this is the labels. Click onto it. Now read the question carefully. It says is in label format with 2 labels side by side and 8 labels to the page. 2 labels side by side means that and also the orientation of page is portrait. So do not forget that the orientation is portrait and the 2 labels will be displayed on side by side. Means that if in order to make yourself clear, if you start Microsoft Word, so that is what they are being asking you, that if this is the page, this is a landscape page and this is a sort of label, for example, right? So this is the label. I'm just making it quickly so that you can just get the basic idea of it, and I don't want you to be able to just get a lengthy video. Okay, so copy, paste, 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 and select all and change the column to 2 columns to 2. So that is what they are asking you. They are asking you that this is the column 1, this is the column 2, this is column 1 and column 2. Now read the question, which means that 2 labels side by side with 8 such labels. So this is the first set, for example, this is the second set, this is the third set. So that is what they are asking you to make, and I'm sure that I'm trying to make yourself clear at what I want to, right? So there are such 8 labels should come side by side. This is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. 4 into 2 is 8. So that is what they want basically. Okay, so get back to Access. Now you need to just select it, that what you want basically. Number of crosses means that number of 2s and 3s and 4s are telling you that how many columns you want on a sheet. So you need to pick the 2. Now once again, in order to make yourself clear, as we have already had our detailed session in the class, so you need to go to the view and you need to make the rulers available here. Now these are the sizes, means the standard size of this page is make it A4. As you can see, this is 1 2 3 4 5 6 and something, 6 and something. So just make it moderate. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 or 7. So 7 inches. 7 inches means that if you divide 7 by 2, it means that one level should take 3.5 centimeters or millimeters, right? So one level's width should be 3.5 inch or 3.5 centimeter. So 1 2 3 and 1 2 3. So you need to pick that size from here, which should be 3 centimeter or so. Is that clear? So that is what you need to look at it. Like for example, this is much feasible. 2 and 3 inch into 3 9 by 10 inch. So more or less it can compensate my requirement, because the dimension of one label is 3 point something and 3 point something. So later on we can just change the width of the label to get it adjust across the page, but now I am just getting it in. So next, now you need to just make the font. It's up to you. So just make this font. You can later on you can change the sequence of it, but right now just let it be. So what you want to display, so you need to get back to the query, and it says that it shows only the fields make. So definitely make should come up here, and they haven't tell you exactly that in which order they want. So just we make it. You press enter, you write model, you press enter, you press connection, you press enter, retail price, you press enter, and the notes, because in this question they didn't make it clear that what they want in which order. Show suitable text to identify the fields, increase font for the this. So mice for gamers should come at the top of everything. Then you can just either, it's up to you that you make them separate, or you can just make them in a different rows, because they didn't mention it clearly. So next, and you need to sort it basically on the basis of make. I told you that this step is important, because on the basis of that this label will get categorized. Next, and just remove it, labels underscore step 32, or you can just move it a later thing, label ऐसे करके, and finish it. Okay, so is it? This is in here, and now you need to make slight changes in it because it doesn't fit the requirements. So select it all, press Ctrl A, reduce the size to suppose 3. Okay, reduce it to 3.5 as well, reduce it here, and just move it slightly down. Just copy, just click on the label and drag it here, and write within it mice for gamers. So mice for gamers. They ask you to increase the font size, so go to home. Okay, select them, make them Arial, make them 12, or make them bold, so it will be categorically, you can make them different, that yes, this is much greater than rest of the things. Has your name, grade, school name at the bottom of each label, so copy the same thing, paste it, right, and reduce the size to 11. They didn't ask you to bold it, so in this label you can write your name separated by comma, school name, and your registration number, like 1 2 3 4 5. This is it. So for these values, just let it be to font 8. Now go to the preview. These all of the labels are in here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, but it is displaying more, so it's now in your hand. You can just reduce the width of it, okay, and just run it again. Now how many you are getting? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. This is what they are asking you to do. You have the label heading here, all the labels are in there, your name, your school name, your registration number is in here, and on every page how many you are getting? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. That's it. So just close it, and once you are done with this report, you just need to save it, close it, run it quickly, then go to the print layout view and send the print. So right now I have not installed the printer, so I'm just using the print to printer option. You print it, and onto the folder where you're initially working, you need to give the address of that, and you can just get back to the working folder and write down output step 34, press enter, and that's it. So this is what examiners has asked you, and thank you very much. If you have more questions, you're most welcome. You can just come up to and access me through WhatsApp, and this is it. Thank you very much, class.